What we need is a cocktail with some punch. Hello and welcome to Intoxicated Masculinity. If it's Wednesday, we have a cocktail video coming at you. Today we're going to do another tiki cocktail. This is one that I just kind of came up with out of the book that we're going to talk about here in a second. We're sort of officially out of the tiki month, but what's one more tiki cocktail? I don't think anybody's complaining about that. So I got this cocktail recently. Black Mixcellence just came out, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that, maybe a month ago. I like a lot of the recipes in it. It's kind of interesting, some interesting stuff. I also bring this up because I think that in the very near future we're going to do a video just sort of talking about cocktail books and what cocktail books I like and don't like. I mostly like this one. It does have one problem. It does not have a great index, which I kind of like a good cocktail book to have. But I think the cocktails in here are really interesting. They are... What I like about a good cocktail book, especially a sort of a more modern cocktail book, is I want to see sort of more traditional recipes that have a little bit of a twist on them. I don't typically like to see, people trying to totally reinvent the wheel. I've seen a couple of cocktail books come out recently that I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to review a cocktail book just to say I hate it, because that's just, what's the point of that? So I'm just going to talk about cocktail books I like, which is why I'm talking about this one. And again, they are riffs on classic cocktails, and it changes just a few things up here and there. Most of the recipes in the book you'll need to create maybe 1 syrup or 2 syrups at the most. So you'll need to do a little bit of work, but you're not going to have to go out and climb a mountain to get some rare herb and speak to a sage who then disappears into a flock of crows or something. These cocktails are very makeable, and I think kind of tasty. So the one we're going to make today is Pasquale's Punch, which I'm probably mispronouncing, but I'm okay with that. And it's just a riff on a tiki cocktail that I think is going to be pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and get some ingredients and make it. And we're back, and we are surrounded by tiki ingredients one more time. So in this case, we're going to start off with 1 ounce of our pineapple juice. For some reason our spout is a little sticky today. But we'll get there. Now, we've used this before. This is our cinnamon simple syrup. We're actually just about out of this. And this cocktail calls for 3/4 of an ounce. The only thing I'm nervous on this one, 3/4 of an ounce of a cinnamon simple is quite a bit. But trust your recipe. Whenever you're making a new cocktail and you're sort of like, you don't know whether or not you're gonna like it or not, make it exactly the way the recipe says first. And then if you do like it, if you feel like you need to change something, you can always change it after that. Here we're just gonna use 1/2 ounce of lime juice. The big thing in here is going to be, we are going to include an Amaro. I'm going to use this Amaro Amarto. Impossible to say. I'm going to use this Amaro Artemisia, which is a very difficult name to say. We're going to talk about this a little bit more when we do the video on the Tennessee Whiskey Trail, which is in progress. It will be up sometime. You could use Campari, you could use Aperol, kind of do it to taste. Amaros, we've talked about in the past a lot before, so kind of just do whatever you like. I like Artemisia. I'm telling you, I love the drink, but the name, could use some work for me. Okay, we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of our Amaro. Now that calls for 1.5 ounces of rum. So what I'm going to do is, in my area and a lot of other places, we've been getting these Myers single barrels, and I think given like here in Iowa, these were about $21, and I think that's a steal for a really nice Jamaican rum. So I'm going to use 1 ounce, and this can be a real nice funky Jamaican rum. And then we're going to cut that by using our Dorley's XO, and just toss in 1/2 ounce of that. Alright, and let's get some ice and shake this thing out. Let's go ahead and toss that in our shaker. Give it a good shake. Just get your shake done. You do a double strain that. And the recipe calls for putting this in a coupe. So pull a chilled coupe glass. This coupe is actually kind of a big one, so it's going to look a little bit sparse, but don't worry about that. A lot of these you'll sort of get to know your cocktail. If you find one of these cocktails that you like a lot, you kind of get to know the glass you want to put it in to make it look kind of just perfect. All right, and there we have our Pasquales punch. That's really good. It's very interesting. So the Amaro and the Jamaican rum are kind of having an interesting interaction with the pineapple juice. The cinnamon is there, but it's not a real strong presence. So I don't think that 3/4 of an ounce is too heavy by any means. It's interesting. I think the Amaro and the pineapple juice are tamping down the Jamaican rum a little bit. I dare to say this might be one of the few cocktails maybe I wouldn't use a Jamaican rum in. It's not really popping out. See, I think kind of experiment around with the rums teas on this one. I'm not saying the Jamaican rum is bad in this. I just think it kind of gets the funkiness is sort of dissipated a little bit. But yeah, it's light, refreshing. It's got a little bit of edge to the Amaro. But yeah, a really great poolside cocktail. I think you'll enjoy this one a lot. And now, with our Pasquale's rum, we are going to put our tiki cocktails well and truly to bed for the season. And next week we're going to come back with something very much more fall themed. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good drink. Have a good day. Because it's a punch.